So the second step is to value, and primarily you want to value yourself. There's just a fact of human experience and human nature, and the way that we experience life means that we're all filled with anxiety and unworthiness and a sense of inadequacy. And a lot of this comes from comparison. And we're all naturally looking at other people and looking at, am I better? Am I worse? And we all have this idea of wanting to be special because we all want to feel that we're special. We all want to feel that we matter. And so we dream of, so when I was a kid, I used to dream of playing football and I was going to be the first 9-year-old that made the England team. And there was going to be something so special that I would do something that no one, not even Messi, has achieved. And so we all have these dreams. And this is fundamental to the fairy tale, is that the girl wants to be this Cinderella figure that there's something so special about that the prince falls madly in love. And this specialness makes them different from everyone else and better. And so we all want to feel, it's like people get competitive about being more spiritual. People get more competitive about, that they do this better, they do that better. And we all slant the world in the way that makes what we value and what we're good at most important. So it's understanding that we're human. We're all just human, and none of us are any more special than anyone else. But we have these old ideas. There's like the great man idea that if someone excels in some field, like they're a sportsman or a rock star, they made billions of pounds, we think that they're innately better than everyone else. What I think what Malcolm Gladwell and other people who've talked about the 10,000 hours and the right environment and the right skills and the right training have shown us is that what we need to know is where we have the potential to excel, what's the right environment for us, what's the right context, as in the right situation, the right slant on something, and who are our people. Because none of us can be the same with every person in every environment and in every context. So we need to know what's the makeup of our personality. You see, one of the things that's fundamental about human experience is that we're always comparing, but we don't compare fairly. So we experience life internally with all our anxieties, with all our doubts, and with all our fears. But we can never experience anyone else's experience. And so what we're judging against is the exterior. And anyone who's ever done something that made them racked with nerves, like I can remember being terrified public speaking. And internally, it was like I just felt this anxiety on every arm, and I just seemed stumbling, and I figured I must be doing a terrible job. And I was amazed when other people said, "Well, you seem so confident and so calm." And it's because other people see us in a much more accomplished and a much more um, like how we present can often seem very different to how we feel. So we're judging how we feel against how someone else presents externally. So when we are, so that innately makes us feel inferior and ill-equipped, judged with as compared to everyone else. So it, what we really need to understand is that, and this is really important for in terms of jealousy and in terms of feeling not good enough, is we need to understand that we don't need to compare ourselves against other people, but we need to understand what makes us our best self and what makes us the like at our worst. And so what we're looking at here is, what's the right environment to bring out our best? What's the right context, like the slant of the meaning of the situation, and who are the right people? Because none of us can excel with the wrong kind of people in the wrong kind of environment in the wrong context. So it's really this idea of, there's a line where you're being your best self and where you're not being your best self. And so if we're going to become the best sense of self, we need to understand our personality. We need to understand what are the things that we're great at and what are the things that we're never going to be great at. And understanding that lets us value ourselves. It's understanding who we really are so that we know who we need to be in a relationship and what value we have for that person in a relationship. What we need to judge ourselves against is what we can be and how we are being. We need to know what are the guiding values that will make our life seem worthwhile and like we feel proud of ourselves, and what are the ways that we don't live up to those. So we need the awareness of who we are. We need the acceptance of understanding that we are complete. We don't need to be anything different. We just need to understand ourselves and accept ourselves as we are. And then when we've got that acceptance, then we can amplify who we are to other people so that other people can see where we have value and like where we have problems, so that we're able to express what we need and what we can bring to a relationship. And when we can do that, we can value ourselves. So a lot of the problems in dating and relationships are that we don't value ourselves. So lots of people, like when they listen to these dating coaches and these pickup artists, the underlying philosophical belief is, I'm not good enough, so I need to buy this course, I need to know the skills, I need to know the tricks, the techniques that's going to get me a 9 or a 10, as opposed to the 5 or the 6 that I feel like I am. And when we know who we are, we don't need to trick anyone, we don't need to control anyone. We just show, this is who I am, this is what I want. Are you that person? So we need to value ourselves and know what we can bring to someone else and what we can't. And that's the basis of a natural, authentic, and strong relationship.